Hey yo, this is a direct conclusion. I will post my main video about the new update later, but now I just want to show you how crazy the new Garou is. I have thought that he will be crazy, but he's even crazier than I've thought. Probably I have baited you with my thumbnail saying that Garou is better than Rimuru, but trust me guys, if you don't want to spend all of the time on those 100 abilities which Rimuru has, you can just get this Garou, auto-upgrade him, and he'll beat any stage in the game, probably. We'll see this in this video. Before continuing, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and let's start right away. Firstly, we'll start from, obviously, extreme boosting our Garou. Now, to do so, you don't need to have good team, you can just click on the Garou, enter, and they will give you a free unit with which you can extreme boost your unit, which is kinda insane. So yeah, now let's extreme boost him right away. Let's click this, boom. We're getting Hero Hunter Cosmic, but extreme boosted. And I forgot to turn on the audio, but whatever. His leader skill stays kinda the same, but now this leader skill will be working 100% all the time. Why? We'll see this later on. Now let's make sure to give him that critical skill tree. He is glitched and mystical with the soul of the super strange. Now we're getting Saitama on its team. He's not a requirement, but he will be a good addition for our Garou. Garou cost us only 1k. I took my Johnny as a starter, but you can start with the Garou, and his damage is actually kinda insane. The SPA though, the SPA is horrendous, but whatever. Let's just go into the infinite stage and I will show you why this unit is so insane. Okay, we're in the game. Let's start right away, and we can start off placing Garou again right away. His range is kinda ass, but that's only for now. Even though he has glitched, mystical, whatever, full critical skill tree is not that insane, but still. His SPA is super long, which is kinda insane, which makes him not that good of a starter, so it's actually better to place Johnny or Naruto depending on the stage, so they will clear the stage. But now, let's finally oh my god! Let me finally show you why this unit is insane. Firstly, let's upgrade him for the upgrade 2, which costs us purely nothing. That's when the unit's starting to have some difference. Before the extreme boost, there are only 2 modes. Now there are 3 modes, and we will pick them all. We can just pick some modes depending on what we need in the stage, but eventually we'll pick all of those 3 modes, so it doesn't matter much if you're just going for regular stage. But the first mode will give us abilities. It will give us 2 abilities if I remember right. We'll talk about them later. The second mode gives us actually very good buff for the damage, and if we are taking Baldi in our team and placing him, our Garou will get the competitive nature passive, which connects the damage and the SPA of Baldi and Garou, which is insane. And the last one is imitation martial arts. It just gives us 2 passives. They are not that insane, so we want to take them later on after those 2 modes, but sometimes they can be very helpful. Let's start with the first one, imitation. Boom, we're getting 2 abilities. The portal creation. All in all, you can just click it, place it, boom, you're opening a portal, and when enemies are reaching this portal, they will start to walk back. That's all of the ability. Sadly, it's not working on auto use, if I get it right. Maybe it's working, but it's just not spawning, like you can see the portal, so there is no need to auto use it. You can just not use this ability, and when the enemies will leak or something, you can just place this portal and they will walk back. The next one though is very interesting ability. When we're activating it, Garou is getting buff for 10 attacks. Each attack he will swap under 2 modes. The first attack will give him less SPA but bigger damage with the Kono E. The second attack will make him have more SPA but bigger damage and a circular E. But if we'll hit 1 enemy at a time, he'll get a 25% damage bonus up to 250 if we'll hit all of the 10 attack for the same enemy. And if the enemy will be hit by those 10 attacks, Garou will deal 10% max health, cap of 2 trillion, and reduce cooldown by 50 seconds per enemy with a cap of 250 seconds. When we want to pop this ability, when there goes a boss, obviously, or a mini boss which we need to kill, when there goes like very powerful boss, we just want to use this ability, and Garou will just annihilate this boss with his attacks. But before clicking another mode of our Garou, let's read his passives as he has them on placement. The first one, the Fusion of God, makes his SPA and damage buff unable to be buffed. What do I mean by that? If I'll go and use my idle ability now, Garou will not take the damage buff. as, again, he can't be buffed by other units, no matter how you try, okay? He can only be buffed by himself. But a very tasty addition, if we'll buff these units' damage by other units, these buff for the damage will go for the crit chance, and if the crit chance is more than 100%, he will get more range and crit damage, which is insane. So now, if again I will use Idol, his crit chance will increase, as you can see, and when it reaches more than 100%, he gets more critical damage, which is actually insane. And you don't need to do anything, you can just auto-toggle Idol and he will get this buff, that's it. If I'll use the power ability on Bulma, he'll get a permanent crit chance up, which is actually very good. But now let's read other passives. This one, you don't need to remember everything, to be honest, you just need to remember that every 20 attacks, he deals insane damage for 2 attacks, and also applies Detonation, Bolt, Rupture, and Unstable. The next passive is Interdimensional Travel. This passive will appear if you'll pick the first Shake mode. The Shake mode, which gave us the portal and the nuclear fusion, or I mean fission, whatever. This passive is technically Kaguya from Anime Vanguards, probably. I'm not a geek in Anime Vanguards, but when the boss is outside this range, so when he leaves the range of the unit, Garou just teleports to this boss starts to walk back, and when the boss is dead, Garou returns for its original position. So now let's see how does it work. Let's put Garou for the none. So as you can see, the boss goes, and when the boss will leave that range of the Garou, he'll be wallbacked and Garou will teleport to the boss. And when he will kill it, he will get back to its original position, which is very cool. So now let's see, and boom, yeah, he teleports right into the path. Now let's make him attack. He attacks all of the enemies. Yeah, his SPA is too long, but that's only for now. We'll make it shorter later. But now let him kill the boss. Boom, nice, and now Garou is back at his original position. So this is actually very good thing for tournaments. Maybe if you'll get a league with the boss, Garou will just kill it. Yeah, now let's upgrade Garou for the upgrade 3, with which he's getting the radiational passive, and this passive reduces the problem with this unit's SPA. As now I can easily sell Johnny, I will put Garou for the none and he will still kill the enemies. He's not attacking right now. Again, you don't need to read all of this, just remember that the radiational passive just radiates all of the enemies. Like, they're just getting the damage when they enter the range. When they're entering this dead zone of the Garou, Garou deals 65% of this unit's damage every second. Why not 67? It was so close, but whatever. Now let's grab him for the upgrade 5. He's getting another and final last passive from the upgrades, not from the Shaki modes. And this passive is the Gamma Burst. All in all, when the boss is entering the range, Garou deals 50x damage and applies Plasma Extinguish, Unstable, Negation, and Detonation. He just uses a mini nuke, technically. When the boss enters his range, he uses a mini nuke. And this does not have a cooldown, which is kinda insane. So yeah, Garou is an insane boss killer. Even now, look at this. He's only at the upgrade 5. I've spent no yen. Like, let's place him again. Sadly, he'll lose the Bulma buff, but whatever. Now let's upgrade him for the upgrade 5. Look at this damage. Wait, how much of the yen I have spent? I forgot. 73k yen. Boom. Insane damage. Actually insane. Now again, let's click the imitation gravity, and now let's place Saitama, as we'll use the second Shaki mode, which will make not only our Garou but also Saitama an insane unit. Before that, let's fully max our Saitama and let's start spamming with the normal punches. Why, I will tell you later. Now let's fully max our Garou. Why not? Look at this. Look at this damage. 18 billion. Like, hello? This is actually insane. Like, yeah, he got this damage because of his passive, which gives this damage by the 20 attack, but still, this was an insane DPS. But now, look at this. Our Garou has 6 billion damage. In the base, it's around 5 billion damage, and Saitama has only 3 billion damage. Now, when I will get the imitation Bold Man, our Saitama will get more damage, as he's getting the base damage of the Garou. And not only damage, but also an SPA. Their SPA are the same. That's why if you don't have glitched or mystical on your Boldy, he will still deal an insane damage just because Garou will give him the damage and the SPA, and Garou will get the additional buffs out of it because of the competitive nature passive. You can read this passive right now on the screen, but all in all, I have already told you what does it do. Now, with this shaky mode, Garou also got the consecutive normal punches. When we activate this ability for 100 seconds, Garou is getting less SPA, but also less damage, and he gets line AoE. For every crit, he gets plus 3% damage, and the crit damage and the crit chance. And every 10 crits, he deals 500 of the damage in the full AoE, which is kinda insane. And the punch serious. He sets his AoE to cone for one attack. He gets 5000% damage for one attack. Enemies hit take 50% more damage from all sources, okay? Sadly, while this ability is active, we can't set this unit attack to none, but we still can manage to pop all of the other abilities, so our Garou will go in the beast mode, but that's not it. Now let's use the final mode, the final imitation mode. We're not getting any of the abilities, we're just getting an additional passives, which is the whirlwind slash and steel, which gives Garou follow-up attacks when he crits. Again, he's dealing insane damage for the bosses. He deals max health as a damage and applies mutilate. And he's getting the watchdog passive. Every 100 seconds, he's getting more range, bigger damage, and he's getting a line attack. And with those 3 attacks, he applies crippled, weakened, and then exposed plus restrict. So now it's already wave 112, and Garou is still easily wiping out all of those enemies, even though they have more than 200 billion of health. And when the boss will appear, he will nuke it. Like, look at this. The boss appeared and he disappeared instantly. Garou is an insane boss killer. We had an Arima as a boss killer. He's useless if we'll compare him for a Garou. This unit is purely insane. Like, look at this DPS, and I have not used any of the abilities. But these units also have a special combination with Garou. I mean with Saitama. They have the secret ability. I don't know how to activate it, but I have some ideas. Let's use all of the abilities. Now our Saitama in the serious mode. Let's use the deadly serious punch. And yeah, we're getting the punch serious too. Upon activation, Garou deals 75 trillion damage to the entire map, stun all units for 45 seconds. Buff hero hunt and bold is damaged by 200% multiplied by the unit stunned. Bold attacks now permanently apply weaken, cripple, and exposed, and hero hunt attacks now permanently apply bold fear and despair. So let's place all units which we have, and let's use this ability. And oh, it probably had an animation, but look at this damage! Look at this damage! Oh my lord! This is insane! This is what I was talking about. Like with the Rimuru, yeah, he will have this damage constantly, but you need to go click all of those things. With the Garou, you just log into the stage, auto upgrade Garou and Saitama, toggle auto ability for the Shikei modes, then keep all of those abilities, then auto toggle the normal punch, and then you just need to use every single ability and you'll get this ability, which will nuke an entire stage. Oh my god, that was insane. Now, let's get back to the lobby. Let's go for some insanely hard stages and let's see how our duo of Garou and Saitama will wipe them out. Firstly, we'll try doing so in the Halloween Part 1 stage, as if I remember right, this is the strongest stage with the strongest boss, as it has more than 20 trillion of the health. If I'm not right, write down in the comments. But still, this stage is not easy at all, as we don't have any harder of the stages. We'll get them later, but we don't have them now. But whatever, let's place all of our units. Now let's fully max our idol and the Bulma. Nice, let's auto toggle the constant ability of our idol. And now let's just go for the third ability on our hero hunter. Let's auto toggle the Shikei mode. Now we need to get the 11 upgrade on our Saitama. Let's get whatever, doesn't matter. Let's auto toggle the normal punch. Now we can just auto upgrade our hero hunter and the Boldy, and that's it. Like, that's actually it. With the Rimuru, you need to click like bunch of the abilities, boom, 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 you know. That's it. Now we can chill till the wave 50, and at the wave 50, we will use all of the abilities and see how fast we'll kill the boss. Spoiler, instantly. Okay, we're reaching the end of the stages. Now let's use all of the abilities, just so we'll get the final one, as I want to see its animation. Now we're getting the punch series 2. Now the boss will spawn. Let's put Garou for the Nun, as he will annihilate annihilate this boss. Actually, annihilate, I'm not joking. Also, this dude to none, and we'll use the punch series too. Will he one-shot the Dracula, as Dracula is extremely nuke resistant? Let's use this ability. No animation, okay. But now let's turn the attack of the Garou. Look at the boss health. Boom. And yeah, it's going down super fast. To be honest, I thought it would go even faster, but whatever. As you can see, Garou is easily killing the boss. To be honest, he's doing not that big of a damage. That's because I have used all of the abilities. It's not worth to go for punch series 2 if the boss is nuke resistant. That's kinda obvious. If I have used all of the abilities just because of the punch series, I guess this dude will one-shot the boss. It's not a joke. And you know what? I want to see this. I actually want to see this. So now let's finally kill this boss. Oh my god, it takes so long. And we'll use all of the abilities to see how fast Garou will wipe out the boss. To be honest, Garou is not that strong against regular enemies. As you can see, he struggles with killing the mini bosses. But now when we'll use all of the abilities, boss, the Dracula, will be just annihilated. So let's see. Let's use the normal punch, deadly serious. Now let's use all of the abilities on our hero hunter. And now, oh, I should have used all of the abilities and then the deadly serious punch. That was my fault. Yeah, now we'll not be able to use the deadly serious punch too. But still, as you can have seen, Garou dealt actually kinda good amounts of damage to the boss. To be honest, I thought that he will deal more damage. This is not that insane, but I guess that's because boss is insanely nuke resistant. If we'll be able to use the second one, the second serious punch, this boss would be dead a long time ago. So yeah, Garou is actually very insane. Again, kind of a clickbait. He's not stronger than the Rimuru, but if you don't want to use 500 of the abilities manually, you can use Garou and he will easily beat the stages. Like, this was the hardest stage in the game, and Garou easily cleared it. So yeah, now I need to edit all of this. See you in the next video about the quality of life update.